Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Beyond the 90. We've got a very special guest for a very special occasion. More than 15 people have signed a new deal with the under 23s and under 18s. And we've got our resident man, a man that we trust the most when it comes to this kind of stuff. We've got Joaquin Alves, all the way from Latin America. Joaquin, first of all, how are you doing?
Oh, hi Neil. It's a pleasure to stay here again. I'm so excited for those players that have signed their contracts. I have talked about one of they in the past, but yeah, right now is a good time for talk about the all the young talent that we have.
Yes, and Joaquin, again, you make sure to follow him on Twitter if you have an account because he's got fantastic breakdowns of each of them. I'll try and leave as many as possible in the description of people we're talking about. So, and also Joaquin's Twitter and some of the accounts he follows as well. So we'll get straight into that. But first of all, we're going to talk about is some of the players that we're going to talk about the category 1 status, which means that we have the highest level status of something that was announced a couple of days ago. A high status in terms of academy. Is this something you were surprised about? I know you did a whole tweet thread on that as well.
Yeah, I have talked about the recently level of the academy, and we are in the category 1 of FA level ranked, and that's a good notice. This level can be renewed year by year, and yeah, it means that we are doing a great job with the academy. We have some players like Harvey Chilwell, who is our biggest sale of our academy related, and all these appearances, all the job, we our new center ground. All this is fantastic, and it helps a lot for the academy to have a development of players in the highest level of the English football.
Yes.
Yeah, we could say that Leicester's academy form top players in all the leagues in England.
It is one of the best. And again, we'll get onto some of the under 23s and under 18s, but especially the under 18 because they're absolutely flying towards the top of the table. But we'll get on some of the players that have signed their contracts. There's been 15 players, as the title says. One of the first ones I want to talk about is Sammy Braybrooke. We know a little bit about him. I know you've mentioned him multiple times. What are your thoughts on him and what information you give us?
Oh yeah, I really love Sammy. He's my favorite player in the under 23 squad, and he's only 17. Yeah, it's very young. He's playing in when he plays with the under 23 squad, we see a mature player, and we see the brain to the team. He's the brain. But I think that when he plays in the FA Youth Cup with the under 18 team, and when he plays with other guys in him that have his same age, he's brilliant. He's so superior. Yeah, he's magnificent. One of our biggest talent, and I think that we are talking about the biggest project of midfielder that have appeared in the academy in a lot of years. And yeah, it's good because the academy has produced a lot of players like Wright and Hernandez Hall, but Sammy Braybrooke have, in my opinion, have some of more talent. Yeah, is brilliant, is really intelligent. He is he's the best player in his age that we have in the academy, in my opinion. Yeah, with Ben Nelson, but he's the best.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear. Again, we'll get on to Ben Nelson a little bit later. Another one as well is another midfielder. The first one that was mentioned is Zach Booth. So we've got him from Salt Lake City as well, coming in from the US. What can you tell us about him? He's 18 years old, center midfield.
Okay, I know that Zach Booth is I don't know if he's the youngest of two brothers. The other Booth is in, I don't remember. It's in
Bayern
Germany. It's
Munich.
In Bayern Munich Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Zach is playing with us. They are. He is so talented. He isn't a regular starter in the under 18, but he has some talent. When he plays, he doing great. And yeah, I think that is one of the best projects that have the USA. and
Hmm.
he is with us. We are so lucky to have one of the projects, and yeah, I think that he could be part of the future, but he needs more game time, and the next season we will see more of Sackwood.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Again, he's one of the people that signed a contract. Another one as well that again he came in for the Watford game, played multiple positions. That is Lewis Brunt. So again, he can play. He played centre midfield. He played left or back three as well. What can you tell us about Lewis Brunt? We've talked a little bit when you came on last time for the Watford game, but what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Lewis Brand. And when the season have started, he was a defensive midfielder, and he was. I don't was convinced with Lewis Brand when he was a midfielder, but Ben Nelson was our one only really trust center back by a long term of the season, and this is the moment when Lewis Brand has gave a pass to the center back, and he has found his place. Yeah, he is doing great in the center back. He is so is a reliable player. Is a player that every time that he have the ball have what indeed he should do, and yeah, he's a young talented. He has his debut with the first team with Brendan against Watford, and he has done great. We was the best younger in the pitch. And yeah, I think that he could be a good center back, but in my opinion, he needs a loan in the end of the season for continue his development. And yeah, I really impressed with Lewis Brandt. He is better than I think when the season started.
Yeah, I think he is, and he's only going to get better, I think, as well. And I think he's one of the regulars in the under-23s. Another one as well that we've got a player that there was a lot of people asking for him. Ben Grist, who is a centre back this season, this summer. We were looking at the likes of Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool. He was from Grimsby. He came to us. What have you thought of him as well?
Okay, I will say a fact that is Ben Grist is the best left-footed center back that Leicester have right now in all the categories, and he's the only one. Yeah, the only one I know. Grist is the perfect complement for Harvey Gottsmarfort, who's the other center back in the under 18. He's really good with the passing. He's really he have a big trust in his abilities. He's one of the biggest projects of left-footed center back in England. That's the reason why he was pretended by Manchester United in the start of the season, but he chose to stay with us, and he's doing really great. He is so fast. He's really strong. He has a lot of abilities with the tackle, but I think that the next season he should be in the under 18s before, and he have to be the leader of the under 18s in the center back, because Harvey for the next year will be in the under 23, and he needs this experience. He needs to be the leader because he has the personality, and he needs to grow with us. It's a profile that we haven't in the first team. We could think in Ben Grist like a project of future center back that we will need, because every team in the world need a left-footed center back, because it helps a lot in the game. Yeah, Ben Grist is fantastic, and he's only 17. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really young, and again, he's only going to get better with time. Again, there's a lot of them. One of the other people that I have as well, Wanya Marcal-Madivadua. Again, massive name, fantastic talent. I know you were tweeting about him after the match against Arsenal and how he played a different position. And again, he was one of the one that came on for Watford as well. What can you tell us about him?
Okay, about Wanya Marcal-Madivadua, yeah, I think that right now in the under 23s, I think that his level has a little backup, but it isn't his blame, because Tagalo has returned to the under 23 squad, and he plays in the middle. and now Madivadua is playing in the left, no, in the right side in the pitch, and it isn't his best position. His best position is in the midfield of the pitch, and with a lot of freedom for run with the ball. And he creates a lot of game. He has a lot of goals this season because he's a really impressive player. He has a lot of talent. He has skills. He's good at defending. He's good at attacking. But I think that we need to return him to his best position for see the best version of Wanya Marcal-Madivadua. But yeah, it's one of our biggest talents in the winter transfer. There was a lot of rumors about a loan to Championship, and yeah, it's something that it could be necessary. And we are talking about a regular starter in the under 23 squad of Portugal. So he's a massive talent. He's a world-class talent. Yeah, we are so lucky to have him with us.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. And again, with a loan, again with Leicester coming back, hopefully he can get his loan move. But again, the loan to Championship again is a massive sign for his first move, considering you're looking at like Harvey Barnes, Callum Wright, who we'll come on to a little bit later. Dewsbury Hall, they got a loan to the League One first, and then to the Championship, then came into the team. Yeah. Another one that I've got as well. Tawanda Maswanhise, again another talent that we saw, especially in the when we watched the preseason games. He was flying up that left hand side. I think his dad is or his uncle is a Zimbabwean sprinter, so he's got lots of pace, and he's been absolutely killing it for the under-23s this season.
Yeah, right now, Tawanda Maswanhise is playing like a striker in the under-23 squad, because we have lost to Wakeling, and yeah, he's doing great. Against Arsenal, he has make a goal, and it's a player that surprised me that he is not usually in the first team training, like McAteer before the loan, and he's probably the most amazing player, the most skilled player. He's a dribbler, and he is so good, and he's so fast. He's a player that is funny to see, but I think that his season could be something irregular, because when he isn't in his best version, he doesn't do all the work like McAteer has done. Even when he hasn't the inspiration, McAteer was working, and Maswanhise no. He needs a lot of inspiration, and we should work for the best version for Maswanhise in every match. But he has a lot of talent. He could be one of the biggest stars he could play in the two sides, in the left wing or in the right wing. He had a lot of goals, and yeah, he's an amazing talent. He needs to be more mature in when he's lost a match, for example. Yeah, but I think that we could trust in Maswanhise for the future.
Yeah, I think he's one that a lot of players have seen in the summer, and I'm thinking, right, potentially he could be one for the loan to try and get out next season, then try and bring her back into the squad. Again, I'm not trying to go through all of them, but another one that you mentioned, again, we've seen a little bit more of, who's actually had a couple of Premier League appearances as well, one Premier League appearance as well. Kasey McAteer, again, he's gone on loan now. I know he signed his contract before he went, but Kasey McAteer, I think he's gone on loan to Forest Green Rovers at the moment. What have you made of him and everything so far?
Oh, Kasey McAteer is my favorite winger in the under-23 before the loan. I should say that. And Kasey is the most similar player that I have found to Marcal-Brighton, the young Marcal-Brighton when he was faster than now. And Kasey is so talented. He needs a lot of space to run. He's so fast. He had a lot of goals. He works all the 90 minutes, and he deserves an opportunity in the Leicester future. And then I think that Forest Green Rovers will play the next season in League One. Yeah, they are in the top of League Two right now, and it's a good place for McAteer for playing the high level the next year, like Callum Wright with the Cheltenham, who has played in League One and in League Two and later in League One. I think that Kasey McAteer will do the same. Yeah, he has the talent. He's a different profile than Maswanhise. He's faster, for example, but he could play like a right back, no, like a left back if it's necessary, because he do a lot of defensive work. He's really good. Yeah, it's exciting. I really love Kasey McAteer.
That's good to hear. Again, it seems like there's some really, really good academy players that have been signed up. Another one that you mentioned a bit earlier, again, so all of the links for, well, I'll leave them all in the description in terms of the long threads that you can read from Joaquin again. So we've got Bell Nelson, we've got Bell Nelson, we've got Kasey McAteer again, we've got Daley-Campbell, we've got Braybrooke, we've got quite a few of them. Ben Grist is another one as well. So again, we'll move on to the one that I just kind of spoiled already. Ben Nelson, one of the academy, 17 years old. He's one of the players, I believe, if you correct me if I'm wrong, he's one of the players that's, even though he's playing for the under 23s and is a regular starter, considering he's only 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, Ben Nelson is a beast. Yeah, he's a monster. He's really tall for being 17. I'm 17 and I really like to be so tall like Ben Nelson. Yeah, but he is faster. He is really good with his foot. He is in the first team. We have a lot of problems with the set pieces, and he's really good with our game. I think that he's so good that, and he know it, that in sometimes he's so, I don't know who could I say to he's
carried
so
away. He gets carried away with how good he is.
Yeah, and he needs to be more more pragmatic, I could say. Yeah, but he is the biggest center back project that we have in the academy. We have a lot of disappointing with other projects like Josh Knight, who is in Peterborough, or other is in Walsall. We have Tyrese Shade on loan, but they will not return to Leicester, and they was the biggest project in the past. And I think that Nelson is only 17 years. He's the future. He is the future of the center backs in Leicester, and this is the good defender. This is the defender that we are waiting for. And yeah, he's ready for have a loan, but I gave him experience with the first team before a loan. Yeah.
I think especially with the injuries, I mean, he did play a little bit of, for example, some of the games. Again, with the game coming up against Randers, this could be a perfect opportunity not to maybe play 90 minutes, but to give him 30 minutes or so. I imagine there's going to be quite a few people that are taken from the under 23s as well.
Yeah, when we go to Denmark, we could give him a lot of play time. Yeah, it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, especially with us securing the 4-1 win coming into the next game. Obviously, if we don't lose too badly, and defensively we are struggling, so that could be an issue it could be an area to include them. One more as well, or a couple of more, but one of them is Chris Popov. I know you're a massive, massive fan of Chris Popov as well, and you've been one of the highlights. Again, the under 18 is fantastic, but Chris Popov is one of them from what I hear from you.
Yeah, I really love Chris Popov. I think that is a player that is playing right now in the same level of Will Alves, who is the player that have in love at all the fan base in Leicester. But Popov is playing in the same level. He has scored a hat trick against Tottenham Hotspur I don't remember when, but he has scored against Bournemouth. He have scored against Brighton. I could remember. Yeah, he had a lot of goals. He's excellent with the free kicks. Is excellent. Yeah, he has a lot of skills. Is the biggest project, I don't know if the biggest project, but it's one of the most exciting projects in Wallace. And yeah, is a really massive talent. He needs more game of time in the under 23 squad. He
Mm-hmm.
is ready for have an opportunity, and his best version for me is in the left wing. And he needs to stay with a fast striker, because he needs a lot of space. He has really a lot of skills. Yeah, he's really good, but I think that the thing that we should do with Chris Popov is give him more time. And yeah, I don't know why he hasn't an opportunity with the first team yet. Yeah, I don't know why. Simply is excellent. Is a massive talent.
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting you said massive talent, because there are so many of them, but also in attacking positions, Leicester City are okay, and we know Brendan does develop young talent, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And the last one in terms of the 15, again, there's a few more that we haven't mentioned, but one of them is Brad Young, one of the young goalkeepers that we have as well. Again, linked with Chelsea, but he decided to come to us over Chelsea. What can you tell us about Brad Young?
Yeah, Brad Young. We should we should to admire the work that the scouting department has done with Brad Young. He's the most similar project that we could found, the most similar to Michael. He's a mini Michael, yeah. Um, he is really good with the foot. He has a long shot. He's really good taking the centers with. He's really good with the game. I don't know, creating
Management?
games. Yeah, he's really good creating game. Manages his foot. He's so tall. He's really good with the using his physique for take the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We have found a young keeper that is the most similar. I don't know how could we have seen a player that it really looks like Michael when he
Mm-hmm.
was 20. Yeah, yeah. Is incredible. It's a good work of the scouting department in Leicester, and yeah, I could think that in the future he could be one of our keepers. I don't know if he could be the starter, or but he could be the and keeper for the first team. Yeah.
Let's hope so. Let's hope again with Schmeichel again. He's still in a really good position, but we could see again. There's so many keepers again. Leicester City have so many good keepers in there. Obviously Brad Young. Then we've got Odunzi, the American keeper as well. Slacic looks like a real talent. In terms of keepers, we've got some really great keepers.
Yeah.
And then we're
See.
gonna. Sorry, you were saying.
I only have to say that we have sent on loan to Jacob Stolarczyk
Mm-hmm.
to Scotland, and we have Daniel Iverson in Preston.
I guess
Yeah,
Daniel Leveson as well. Yeah.
these three goalkeepers will be the next generation of keepers in Leicester. One Iverson is doing great in Preston. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're both again the keepers. Yeah, we have a lot. Sorry, I was just preparing something else there. Finally, again, we'll move on to some of the people that are again on loan. One of them is Wake. Well, we've got quite a few actually. There's not too many, but so one of the first ones that we mentioned, kind of off, been on loan the longest. Callum Wright, you mentioned from Cheltenham as well. He's been really impressing. I think he recently got Player of the Month as well for Cheltenham, which is a really good sign. Scoring and assisting goals. I mean, he's been doing really well.
Yeah, yeah. Callum Wright was the captain of the under 23 squad in Leicester before he have sent on loan.
Mm-hmm.
He has go to Cheltenham in League Two. He played really good in League Two. He was under his level playing, yeah. And later they have now have is playing in League One, and he has a special relationship with the goal. He's really good with the pressure. He has gave an assist in the last match against Wycombe. Yeah, it's a 5-5 draw. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's incredible. Wright is right now is I could say that he is the best player in Cheltenham right now. He is a regular in the start, a regular starter. He's really good with the. He's really good with the pass. He's fast. He's not the faster player in his team, but he's fast. Um, yeah, I think that in the future he needs a loan to championship. In I don't remember before the recording of the video, I have say that a possibility could be send him on loan to Blackburn if Blackburn not play in Premier, because he has come to Leicester from Blackburn, and yeah, he's a really great talent. I should say that for me, it's his development right now is better than other players. Dewsbury Hall, for example, in Blackpool, has do a great job in League One, but he hasn't best numbers than Callum Wright right now.
Wow.
And so Callum Wright is really impressive. The next year he should be a regular in Championship because he has the level. And yeah, later we could talk about him like a Leicester player because this is his home. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, again, it could. Well, you're right in terms of if it is his home, then it would help him in development and things like that as well. Again, whether they accept him or not, we'll have to see. Another one as well. Again, some players we see leave. Daley-Campbell is another player. Again, he got sent off recently, but how is he performing after that as well?
Yeah, Daley-Campbell, when he has played with the first team in Leicester, the people have said that he wasn't impressive, but right now in the under 23 is probably the most difficult to go away player. Yeah. He has a lot of talent. He's not a profile like Luke Thomas, because Luke Thomas is a really offensive player. Daley-Campbell has a little more of physique. He has a big back, yeah, and he's fast. He's good at defending. He could attack him, but is so limited. No, not so limited. Is a little limited in attack. He's best in defense. He could play like a center back in a line of three. And yeah, the Scotland League is perfect for his development. It's a really physical league. Is There's a lot of right and left backs that have development in Scotland, like Aaron Hickey, I don't remember the names, Kieran Tierney, and if Daley-Campbell has the lucky, he could have a similar development. I don't know if when he returns from Dundee, he is ready for Leicester, but yeah, I think that in 1 year or two, he will ready and he will play in a Premier League team. I'm sure. Yeah.
No, that seems good. Again, we got him from Arsenal, but again, players like James Maddison, he actually had a loan up there as well from Coventry. He had a loan to Aberdeen and then came back down. Then they went to Norwich and on loan, then signed for them as well. So again, it could be a beginning of something quite special of him. The other one we've got is the only one. Well, is there anybody that you want to mention in particular as well? Now I've just told you like all these people in row, but is there anyone that you want to mention specifically?
Okay. Right now, a player that he's not in loan, but I know that I don't know why he has taken a long-term contract. Is my friend Oli Ewing. I have, Oli has been fantastic in the last game with the under 23 squad. He's a massive talent. We are talking about the captain of the under 20 years on the under 20 squad of Wallace. Is the captain. He's the biggest project in the midfield of Wallace, and he's a profile that we haven't in the first team. He's really brilliant, and yeah, I don't know why he hasn't signed a contract. I don't have full information about his situation, but we need him in the future.
Interesting. Again, so, I'm not sure about the contract situation as with him as well. And the final one, again, one of the people that we keep talking about, I think, as Leicester fans, Will Alves. Again, we're seeing it all over Twitter. Every time he plays, he's just looking like the ball just sticks to him all the time as he's literally walking through players. What have you thought about him so far as well?
Yeah, Will Alves is a generational talent. He's probably the biggest talent that we have in academy in offensive terms. And yeah, I know that the next year when he was 17, he's the first player that has into a contract. Because we have a player that in the future, I don't know if I could say that, but he will one of the contenders for the best player in the world. I don't know. And his talent is exciting. He's playing in the under 23 squad regularly when we against players that are 4 years old, and he's doing great. He's scoring goals. He is doing his skills, and yeah, we are talking about a talent that it doesn't appear regularly in an English academy. Yeah, it's brilliant. And recently, the under 18 has found his replacement because he I think that he will play the all the season in the under 23. Amani Richards, who has arrived in the transfer window, and yeah, we have a special talent. He's massive, and I can't wait to see Will Alves with Patson Daka because they are profiles that could be incredibles together. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, they're only a few years apart. So again, Patson Daka's only 22. Again, still got a lot of development. You look at that going one of the best strikers in Europe as well. First of all, yeah, Joaquin, thank you so much for coming on again. We really appreciate any time you want to come on. We really, really appreciate it. And again, where can the people find you? I'll leave the link in the description, but where can they find you?
Okay, and thanks for the opportunity, Neil. It's a pleasure to talk with you. And yeah, I could say that I'm progressing with the work that I have done with the academy players. And if the people want, they could follow me in my Twitter account. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll again please say Joaquin Leicester, or will be the first link in the description. Again, I'll have as many links as possible to any of the players as well that you'd be interested in. If you enjoy this kind of video, I know this is one that again I didn't expect to make again. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to go and follow Joaquin. He does some amazing work and the Latin American Fox as well. And apart from that, everybody will see you in the next video. So goodbye.